Well, hello, leaders. Just a quick check in here, and want to just say thanks for connecting in our groups. Thanks so many of you who are learning kind of some new rhythms and how we can connect in via video during these times. So, hope you and your family are well. Knowing too that our leaders are high relational, are folks that love gathering people, love being together, and so I just got to imagine that you, like our family, greatly misses those points of connection right now in sort of real life physical ways. But we're learning lots of other ways, and we're just experiencing God in some new ways too. And so our hope and prayer is for you to be patient, to experience God, and also to look to some new ways where you can connect with your group and connect your group to needs and opportunities that are around as well. So I wanted to shoot a quick email. One is I want to make sure that you've touched base with your group at least. I know lots of groups are doing Zoom. There's some fun Zoom features that we're learning by doing the little tutorials, which are real simple online. And so if you're having some problems with that, as you probably learned, Zoom only goes 40 minutes. So if your group has some kind of crazy endurance and you can do video meetings longer than that, we would encourage you to either purchase the $15 version or go a different route, Google Hangouts or something. There's some other options there to have longer meetings. That can work. But again, if you're having some issues with that, if people are having issues, because there are lots of them, it feels like every time we go on, as well as some really great best practices. And I know I shot some of those out in the first email that we did, and those are all over online as well. And then, as you've probably seen, I hope you've seen, and I will make sure I get the link on this email as well. We purchased for our church family a resource called Right Now Media. And if you're not familiar with that, I highly encourage you to get familiar with it. There are all kinds of different resources on there for families, for leaders, for Bible study groups, and those kinds of things. So spend some time just rooting around. It's a very wide resource and also very deep, lots and lots of stuff on there. And really for me, you all were my biggest motivation in moving that forward. And in part because it's a challenge to do a typical life group, at least from my perspective, on Zoom. So if you have 8 or 10 different windows open, the only way to really do it is to lead it in ways that I don't typically lead our life group. And so it just really means you have to kind of call out different people or let them raise their hand and unmute, because obviously if you've done this before, you know that when everybody's unmuted, you got calls coming in, dogs barking, all kinds of crazy side noise, and it's very, very just even more distracting than normal. And so it's one of those things where it just might be easier to watch a video beforehand, answer a few questions, and then kind of come prepared with a couple of questions, and then maybe have a time of prayer and connecting around what's happening in our world right now as a group, as opposed to maybe you're normal if you go through 7 or 8 or so different kinds of questions. That can just be a challenge to bring everybody into that and figure out how to communicate. So the videos I think are super helpful. So you might just think for your group, hey, from now till summer or whenever we can kind of gather again, what might be a helpful resource? There's stuff in there on all kinds of growth. There might be a book. But everybody in your group should have access to that. Feel free to forward them the link if they haven't already gotten it. We tried to email everybody, but those get lost in lots of different places on people's email. But encourage them to get Right Now Media, and then you might encourage them to look on there to figure out, hey, what and pray about what might be a good resource for your group in these coming weeks, and then encourage them, hey, watch the video together on their own, and then you'll have a couple of questions for them as a way of connecting and doing group. I don't think you can text too often. I don't think you can connect too often with your group, as lots and lots of things are changing. I was connecting with a guy from our group yesterday, and he just let me know, hey man, because of the new things happening in the county, I can no longer make money. I can't kind of close deals anymore because of the way the city is causing us to manage life. And that was just sort of brand new information, and so an opportunity to pray for him and commit to walk with him in this time as well, right there. But again, as things are changing so fast, I can't encourage you enough to connect with your group and try and resource them. That'd be great. And then just want to say that, one of the challenges that we certainly feel is that challenge of connecting relationally with our church family. And so you guys are key to that. So again, as you reach out to people, as you encourage them, as you listen and pray, I just want to say thank you for doing that on behalf of all of us who miss our gatherings and miss the opportunity to shake hands, to give hugs, to look each other eye to eye and check in. So thanks for being that piece as well. Feel free, excuse me, if there are ways that you have questions about anything that's going on. I know, for lots of us, it's a steep learning curve of putting things online, of using video resources and those kinds of things. But we want to help you walk through some of those things. So feel free to either call the church office or you can email me and we will follow up with you as best we can. Thanks so much. Love you guys. Have a great week.